Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXD Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Ready, set, go! It's time for the Elaine Thompson-Herah show. And a show I believe we will get when? On Sunday. Yes, Sunday, not Thursday, like I originally reported. I do apologize. On Sunday, the 9th of June, Elaine Thompson-Herah is scheduled to face her second 100 meters race of the season or second race overall of the season at the USATF New York Grand Prix. Now, this comes on the heels of Elaine Thompson-Herah's, shocking performance to many fans, left us all stunned when she placed, any way you want to spin it, ninth slash last, where she ran an 11.30 seconds. Now, since then, it's been a few weeks, and Elaine Thompson-Herah takes to the track again over the 100 meters, where she will face off against the likes of Americans Aleia Hobbs, Gabby Thomas, Morleki Aikinison, Celera Barnes, Micaiah Briscoe, and Kennedy Blackman, as well as from Nigeria, Favour Ofili, and from New Zealand, Zoe Hobbs. So those are the athletes that are scheduled to face off against the double Olympic champion, the big gun, Elaine Thompson-Herah. And as I said, we're excited for this race, and I believe it will be a show indeed put on by Elaine Thompson-Herah. Now, trackies, I'm only going to be focusing on a select few athletes in this race, maybe 4/5 athletes, and then I'm going to talk about, where I think these athletes will place in the bigger scheme of things. Now, let's kick things off with Gabby Thomas. Now, the last outing from Gabby Thomas was pretty interesting. She ran a 200 meters where she placed sixth in that race. No, it's interesting because clearly she's deemed as the number one 200-meter athlete coming out of the United States of America. But in that race, Sydney McLaughlin handily defeated the field and left the likes of the number one 200-meter athlete, as I said, from the USA in sixth place, running at 22.68 seconds. But I just want to highlight that Gabby Thomas did say that that was a training block for her, and that's typically how she runs when she's in a training block. So there's nothing to be concerned about, and she will be good when the time is right and ripe. And clearly, that's the USA Championships. Now, what will be interesting for me in this race is to see if Gabby Thomas will have a shot not only at the 200-meter field, but are making the team to the Paris Olympic Games, but clearly also in the 100 meters. Will she have a shot there when she heads off to the USA Championships? Now, clearly, this race is in no way or shape going to tell you, point blank period, who is going to make the race or who is going to make the team. But at least it will give you some kind of key indicators as it relates to how things are shaping up for the best sprinters in the world from a USA perspective, right? Now, she does have a fastest time so far in the 100 meters, 10.88. However, done in a positive 2.2 meters per second wind. So it'll be interesting to see what she does here. In my opinion, she's never been the best starter, right? And pretty much powers her way through the field, similar to like a Noah Lyles, but not as much success in the 100 meters like a Noah Lyles has. It'll be interesting to see if she's, any better technically over the 100 meters. But yeah, I do think, Gabby Thomas figures in the bigger scheme of things in this 100 meters. And as I said, I'm interested to see where she places, how she executes to see if she stands a chance, not only the two, but clearly the 100 meters for the United States when she gets to their championships at the end of the month. Now, also in this race that I'm looking out for, as I said, is Favour Ofili and Aleia Hobbs. Now, these two athletes are training partners, and it's pretty interesting because it seems as though there's an interesting rivalry developing between these two athletes, though they seem to always run on alternate weeks, but they have faced off against each other one time so far this season, and it was a dead heat, right? So as I said, it's a very interesting rivalry between these two athletes that are developing. That race was won by Aleia Hobbs. Even though I said dead heat, it was separated by the thousands. It was eventually won by Aleia Hobbs with a 10.78 seconds. Fantastic run from both athletes, and they were only separated by the short vest, right? Amazing run. So in this particular race, when I think about both athletes, then I think both performances will be strong, and in my opinion, they will probably only be separated by a vest again. However, I have to point out one interesting performance that I did see from Favour Ofili recently, and that is at the Edwin Moses Legends meet, where she actually placed fifth in that race, running at 11.20 seconds. I don't know if she was in a training block or what, but that race for me was very odd, just very oddly executed from her. And from a personal perspective, when I watched that race, I thought she would win. But as I said, it was just very oddly executed, and she ended up placing fifth in that race, running at 11.20 seconds. Now, as I said, I don't know if this is because of a training block or whatever is going on, but if there should be a separator in this race, I would probably lean towards Aleia Hobbs, because at this particular moment, when they faced off head to head, Aleia Hobbs still got the edge. And in terms of most recent performances as well, not seeing the strongest performance from Favour Ofili. So I would probably give Aleia Hobbs the nod over her, just based on that. Plus, also, when I look at the times done legally so far this season as well, the only illegal performance that, is sub 11 was actually done by Aleia Hobbs, and that is at 10.88 seconds. So taking all those things into consideration, I'll give, Aleia Hobbs the edge over Favour Ofili in this particular race. Now, going over to Elaine Thompson-Herah, which clearly is the athlete that a lot of us want to see and know exactly what particular is going on with Elaine Thompson-Herah. Now, there's a lot of speculation coming out of that women's 100 meters race at the Prefontaine Classic. Now, off the back of that, clearly, again, as I said, speculations were either Elaine Thompson-Herah was just, race rusty and not ready to run fast, or she was playing possum. Either way, track is, in my opinion, it has been a couple weeks since then. So any narrative that you want to push, even Elaine Thompson-Herah herself came out and said, hey, on an Instagram post, very interesting post and delete there, alluding to possibly just going there to collect the bag. But either way you want to spin it, as I said, it's been a few weeks. And if there's anything that we know about Elaine Thompson-Herah, is even if she starts out, running 11 seconds, races, she has the tendency to go from those races to really fast in a matter of few weeks. We've seen prior history of this from her. So it's very much expected that in this particular race, again, whichever narrative was the narrative that you were working with when she went to the Prefontaine Classic, it has been a couple weeks. And in my opinion, Elaine Thompson-Herah, I believe back then she was good, and I still believe she's good. But if you were of the perception that, hey, she was just not race ready, she's not race sharp, and she'll get, better as she races more, I believe that clearly it's been 2 weeks. Elaine Thompson-Herah will be that much better running the 100 meters, and I'm expecting a much faster race from her clearly at this USATF New York Grand Prix. Now, with that said, track is my placings in the race will go something like this. No surprise to y'all. Elaine Thompson-Herah, I believe, walks away with the win here. I believe second and third will be between Aleia Hobbs and Favour Ofili. As I said, I'm going to give Aleia Hobbs the nudge over Favour Ofili, just because, of, the recent performances. And when they did face off, Aleia did get the edge. So I'm going to go with, Aleia Hobbs here. But I do think it will be a close race. And I'm probably going to throw Mikai Briscoe in the lot as well, and probably say she runs out 5 in this race, or 4, sorry, in this race, where she, places above the likes of a Gabby Thomas. I think she will in this race. She also trains with Aleia Hobbs and, Favour Ofili, and she's been running well this season as well. So I think she will probably get herself in fourth, and maybe we'll see, Gabby Thomas someplace down there in fifth. Now, of course, let me know your thoughts. I know you're not shy to give me your thoughts, so tell me, give it to me 100% in the comment section below. As usual, guys, like the video, of course, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.